Welcome to Undisputed. We are live from Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft, here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Guys, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Uh-oh, Tyler Higbee is iffy for the Rams. That means your man Odell should go for 2 bills against me. 200 yards receiving. You heard it here first. Odell Beckham Jr. goes for 200 in the Super Bowl.
So what's Cooper Kupp gonna go for?
Oh, he's an also-ran.
Okay.
He's a decoy. That's what he was against the Bucs.
Dude got 2,100 yards receiving.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Yeah, you do know
He's
how.
no Odell.
You do know how all them catches. He got he'll have almost 200 catches in a season.
Oh,
It's
we
an
have a lot to
aberration.
discuss in terms of the Super Bowl coming up. But guys, we got to begin the show by talking about someone very important to us, Tom Brady. And it might be time to pump the brakes on the idea of Brady retiring. The 44-year-old said on his podcast yesterday that he is, quote, still going through the process on what to do next, amid reports that say he's done. Brady then added, as things have gone on in the later parts of my career, there's a lot of interest in when I'm going to stop playing. I understand that. When I know, I'll know. When I don't know, I don't know. I'm not going to race to some conclusion about that. So that is the latest from Tom Brady. Shannon, how do you interpret what he is saying now?
Skip, can I speak to something that I have having played in the NFL and having retired? It is a huge decision. Because I wake up one morning, I'm like, yep, I'm ready to walk away.
Got it.
And then I wake up the next morning, I say, damn, but I can still play.
Yep.
Shannon, I mean, you was second.
And you were 35.
I was 35. He's 9 years older than I am, Skip. So I'm saying to myself, I'm like, one moment, I'm like, yeah, I'm done. Man, it's a good old job out there. I can do this. It's not football.
You did have the CBS job in hand. You had it?
I had it. And then I wake up the next morning, I'm up, but Skip. Bro, I mean, Shannon, you had 100 yards. You're second to your last game, 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
You were second in catches, second in, receiving yards. You can still play.
And how beat up were you at this
Skip,
point?
I had some knee swelling. Had my knee drained only twice that year. But I felt really good in the offseason because, I normally take a week. I normally take a month. So from the last game, I don't do anything. I don't run. I don't lift. I just relax.
And they invited you back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Because even when I finally told Mike the decision that I was going to walk
Mike
away.
Shanahan,
Mike Shanahan, my coach.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, 84, are you sure? Just know, hey, you know the offense. If you decide come training camp that you want to come back, we'll welcome you back with open arms.
And the quarterback would be?
That was Jake Plummer.
Okay.
Jake Plummer was our quarterback.
All right.
And so, Skip, I understand what Tom is going through. Tom has played a lot longer. He played at an elite level, and he's still playing at an elite level. But I also think Tom is saying, you know what? I want to relieve a year earlier as opposed to a year later. And I give you an example, Ben. Skip, and I told you, I say, Skip, I really think Ben should just walk away this year. He played, leave people like, man, I think Ben could come back. I think now people know.
I mean, they did make the playoffs, but go ahead.
Yeah, but you
I
saw how he looked.
I got it.
And so, Skip, that's what's going. And he also spoke to something. Yeah, I understand the information age. Everybody wants to be first.
Tom said this.
Tom said that, yes,
right.
Skip. He said, I understand everybody wants to be first to get the information. He said, but when I know, I'll know. I think deep down he kind of knows. But like I said, Skip, he wants to be the one. He should have been afforded
to your point, his quote last night on the podcast was, it's literally day to day with me. Go ahead.
So in other words, Skip, I wake up one morning, I'm done. I wake up the next morning, I want to play again.
Got it.
But here's the thing, that at the end of the day, Skip, when it comes down to it, Tom, the things that still exist and why you wanted to step away are still going to be the reasons why you do this. Because I think they mentioned family, and I saw family. I believe family is number one. I think health is a distant second. Skip.
Okay.
I haven't heard anything. I mean,
family and health are actually intertwined because family does not want you to get hurt, right?
Right. And I think the family is the mental. That's weighing on him. Damn. I've been promising. I give it to everybody else kids pointers.
Yep.
I haven't even been able to give my own kids pointers.
Agreed.
Because I'm so intertwined in what I have going on. And so, Skip, I just think for me, I think he kind of said it out there, Skip, when he started talking after the game. And then he came out a couple of days later and he started speaking about satisfied. Tom is still the face of the NFL. He knows there's a voracious appetite because everybody wants to be first, Skip. Everybody wants to be first to have the story. I broke the story that Tom Brady retired. Tom understood that. And so I just wish he had just played, hey, look, my anticipation is that I'm coming back for a year, even though deep down inside, he knows that's not the case. And so now, Skip, it's as big a story as the two particular participants in the Super Bowl because it's Tom Brady. And when Tom Brady, whatever's going on in his life, it's a huge deal given what he's been to the NFL for the better part of 2 decades.
Yep.
So I think this is not what he wanted, but I think it's what he could have been expected once he started hinting that it might be the possibility of retirement. Now people are going to take it and going to run with it. So I think deep down he's having regrets because he's like, the one thing I didn't want to do, I never want to take Shine away from Stafford. I never want to take Shine from Burrow.
He said that, and I believe that.
I do
that's,
too.
That's straight from his heart. I did not want to try to preempt the games,
right.
Upstage the games.
Right, because he's been there and he knows. And in the NFL, they try to do a lot. They try to make sure that the game is the game. It's the event.
Well,
and
he didn't break this story. ESPN did. Okay.
They did, Skip. And so I think there's a lot, Skip, to make a long story short. I believe he goes back and forth. I'm going to retire. No, I'm not. I can still play. I'm going to retire. No, I'm not. But damn, family tug is still pulling, and it got out. He hate that it got out. But it's out now, Tom, and there's really nothing you can do. I believe he'll sit back. I believe sometime probably March, April, before the draft. Maybe, who knows, maybe even before free agency, Skip, I think he'll come to the conclusion. And I believe he steps away. That's what I honestly believe he does.
All right. Now it is my turn to give my side of the biggest story by far in sports, a story that is eclipsing a very intriguing Super Bowl matchup.
Yes.
For 1 week, I have ridden the emotional roller coaster that is my professional relationship with Tom Brady, way up and way down, way up and way down. He will, he won't. He will, he won't. He's gone, he's back. He's gone, no, he's not.
He's feeling that too, though.
I am worn out from it. For me, it started on this past Saturday when I thought we had the first day off of the whole football season where I was not responsible for anything that was happening on television. There was no college, obviously, and there were no more NFL games on Saturday.
Correct.
And Ernestine, my wife, said, "Thank you, God, we have a day." And then I'm on the treadmill running, and she pokes her head around the corner and says, "Your guy is gone." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she said, "Well, ESPN just broke a story, Adam Schefter, blah, 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 and you know the rest of the story." So I spent the next 4 hours, because I was trending on Twitter, responding and trying to dig out of the rubble of no Tom Brady. And a lot of people on Twitter thought I was going to jump out the window, and I thought about it for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, they hit me up and said, "Go check on your partner."
Yeah, better see if he's okay. And then by the end of Saturday afternoon, the window I was going to jump out of was actually slightly cracked open because we got responses from Don Yee, his longtime agent. No, no, no. We got Bruce Arians. No, haven't heard a word. We got Father Tom Sr. saying, "Nope, nope, 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 nope." And I thought, interesting. Okay, now let's get to last night. I've heard from a whole lot of folks about this, people who should know something about this on the inside of either the Buccaneers or his inner circle, Tom's inner circle. There are those friends of his who told me yesterday that, you know what? This may just be the spark that will have him play again, because he needed a catalyst, because Tom always needs somebody or something to say no to him. He needs some reason to show the world that I will prove you wrong. And so the Adam Schefter story, I know Jeff Darlington was on it also, but Adam, we both know very well. You knew him, he covered your team when you played for
We both got to do it at the same time in 1990.
Same time, 1990. And I have the utmost regard for him. And usually, you know, with Adam, if you see his byline, you just say, okay, taking that to my bank. Okay. The point is that there are friends of Tom who believe this could be just the spark that he needed to say, okay, I'm going to show you. I'll prove all of you wrong. I'm going to come back next year and I'm going to play. I also know that from inside the Buccaneers organization, they are moving on as if he is gone.
Yes.
Because all signs point to gone, gone, gone. Now, that could be just from the Buccaneers because they can't speak to what might happen with another team. And I've thrown out the 49ers, and in a few minutes on this show, we will hit that head on. But go ahead.
But Skip, he's under contract with the Buccaneers.
Okay, they would have to bless him.
Right,
they would have to say,
release him.
They would have to say, okay, you came here and you chose us, and you won a Super Bowl for us in the first year.
Right.
we give you back. We send you on your way with a parting gift. We let you go.
Okay.
Unless they ask for a 6th-round pick like he was.
Because the 49ers really don't have anything because they gave that up to get Trey Lance.
Okay, but it would have to be one of those, we love you, Tom.
Yes.
And if he went to them and said, look, and it's probably a long shot, but it's still a shot on this one because he grew up a 49er fan in San Mateo, California. It's just right down that 101 freeway from Candlestick Park.
Right.
He was the biggest Joe Montana fan. And the prospect, the option of, okay, I'll go home for 1 year. Who knows? You could just leave it open-ended. Let's just see what happens.
Right.
Could the 49ers use him next year? Again, I'm the biggest Trey Lance fan. I was a bigger fan than you were because you were mostly Mac Jones, okay? But again, could Trey Lance wait for 1 more year like Aaron Rodgers waited for 3 years?
But here's the thing.
Okay.
By doing that, you're basically saying Trey Lance is not ready to play currently. And
yeah, but you got a chance at the GOAT coming home.
You had a chance at him 2 years ago, and you said no.
Blew it. You blew it. I still can't believe they blew that one. And to your point, it may be the very reason that even now they would dig in again and say, well, we're bigger than this. We don't need him. Right? Like that's Kyle just saying, I want to be the driving force. Kyle Shanahan, obviously Mike's son.
Right.
I want to be the driving force of this offense. I don't need the GOAT to run my offense because you know what happens when he comes in the door. He's going to run it.
Yeah, you got to. But Skip, and you have to run a semblance of his offense. Probably 80% of what he does.
I got it.
You need to incorporate that. Kyle has his system.
He's got his system, and it would be a shocking change. But I ask you, would you rather have Jimmy G or the guy he came up under? Would you rather have Brady? Was Brady playing at a high level this year? Yes, he was playing at a high level. Does he seem reasonably healthy? I think he's like 99%.
Well, he looked healthy to me. I mean, I didn't see, like I said, I don't think they listed him a whole lot on the injury report. I'm talking about, Skip, you're going to have aches and bruises. That mean theoretically, you can list everybody on the injury report. You play in the National Football League and you run into people for a living.
Right. Okay, so to your bottom line takeaway, if we're trying to interpret, if we're trying to read between the lines here, I fear he's just gone. I just think the first thing on his mind was, please, let's not upstage these games because this is sacred to him. This is what he's owned. This is his time of year.
Because he's like, hold on, I've been to 10 of these. I wouldn't want somebody upstage. This is the biggest moment of a player's career. It doesn't get any bigger than this if you're currently playing.
Yeah.
So for you to take that step, for someone to try to upstage it, Skip, I believe that's why he left. Isn't he out of the country right now?
He just came back.
Okay, he just got back. Okay, so he was out of me like, that's not what he's like, you know what, I went away, I was hoping, but Skip, this is what I believe.
Guys, I want to interrupt you for a second. Breaking news, Tom Brady has just announced his retirement on his Instagram. So